Welcome back. All right, news of the day video for all you fine people on the internet for your Sunday, November the 19th. Starting off with some news out of Columbus, and I'm sure there's Blue Jackets fans seeing me wearing a Blue Jackets jersey and saying, oh, why again? Well, I mean, it's kind of big news that Patrick Laine is going to be a healthy scratch. Laine's had a rough start to the season, 2 goals, 1 assist thus far, and they're going to scratch him. They're putting Boquist in the lineup. They're going with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen. We'll see where this goes, right? For the Columbus Blue Jackets, they have been winless in their last 8. Something has to give. Gaudreau got things going in the last game. We'll see if that continues in this one. But, yeah, Laine's going to be a healthy scratch. So that's kind of big news around the hockey world right now. Lineup news from Philadelphia. Bobby Brink's back in the lineup. Morgan Frost is out as a healthy scratch. There's been a lot of talk about Tortorella not being a huge fan of Frost's game overall. I do wonder how much more time Frost is going to be a member of the Philadelphia Flyers. We'll see where that goes, because we know that Tortorella's pretty firmly entrenched now in Philadelphia. So, yeah, we'll see if Frost ends up officially on the trade market or what they do. Felix Sandstrom has been taken off of injured reserve and officially placed on waivers. This is to send him to Lehigh Valley. It will be interesting to see if he clears, with the goalie market being as kind of murky as it is. Are Colorado happy with Prosvetov as the backup? We know Francouz isn't coming back this year. Would they see Sandstrom as an update on Prosvetov, or an upgrade on Prosvetov? Or is there another team around the NHL that might pick him up for a third goaltender? We'll see. Sandstrom's numbers not fantastic, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether or not he clears waivers. Toronto Maple Leafs. So Mitch Marner becomes the fastest Toronto Maple Leaf player to reach 400 assists. Marner is one of the best passers in the league. I'm not really surprised that he's got that mark. And William Nylander continues his red-hot start to the season. His season opening point streak has now hit 17. I believe 32 is the all-time record set by Matt Sundin in the early 90s. So he's a little over halfway there. I don't know that he gets to 32, but 17's pretty strong anyways. And yeah, kudos to William Nylander for being a rock star during the games in Stockholm. At least that's how it's being said, that he's kind of the rock star for them. But he's been a rock star all year. And for Toronto, either they're going to have to pay Nylander at the end of the year, or they're going to have to figure something out, because the guy's worth a lot of money. He's having a great year. We can have the argument over, well, it's a contract year, so of course, which is always going to be an argument, but still, you got to pay the guy based on his stats. And right now, the stats being put out there by Nylander are ridiculous. Very similar to what we're dealing with in Vancouver with Pettersson. Sasha Barkov will not play tomorrow. He's day-to-day with the knee injury. That, of course, was suffered against the Ducks. Jackson Lacombe on the play got a 2-minute penalty. And there was no Department of Player Safety in on it. And so Panthers fans still not very happy with that knee-on-knee hit, and that Barkov's going to be out. The fact that it's day-to-day is good news, because initially it looked like it could be a longer-term injury for him. So, yeah, day-to-day injury for Barkov. He won't play tomorrow. We'll see if it's just tomorrow's game or if he misses anything else. For the Vancouver Canucks, they are 2-3 in their last 5 games. A lot of talk about them being tired for the game in Calgary and then not bringing their A game last night against Seattle. The reality is this is their first adversity of the season, and this is, to me, where the rubber meets the road. The Vancouver Canucks of previous years would have continued with their struggles and probably fallen further off the pace. If this team is really going to show that they're a top-notch team in the NHL and they're going to make the playoffs and all that other fun stuff, that they have to make sure that this doesn't become a 5 or a 6 game skid. They want to make sure that, they get this turned around quickly. And they're playing San Jose tomorrow. That's a home game. It kind of feels like a trap game, but we'll see. Keeping in mind, of course, that this week's schedule is crazy. There's no hockey on Tuesday, no hockey on Thursday, and Wednesday and Friday are very busy, including Friday, where it's going to be hockey all day. Not dissimilar from the day I had yesterday, but less space where I can do reviews for games. So we'll see how Friday goes and everything. But yeah, so Vancouver with a bit of a tough go here, but at least they're 12-5-1. So that's the thing. When you win those games early in the season, you have that cushion, but you don't want to lose too many games because that cushion can disappear quickly. Anthony Cirelli, who left yesterday's game for Tampa Bay, He's seen as day-to-day. It's an undisclosed injury. I haven't seen what exactly it is that caused him to leave the game. Without Cirelli, of course, that hurts Tampa Bay, but the fact that his day-to-day is good news. It's not a long-term injury for him as well. So both Florida teams losing a good defensive forward. In Barkov's case, he's got more offense than Cirelli does, but both teams desperately need those players to be healthy. For Florida, they've had a really good start to the season. For Tampa Bay, it's been more of an up-and-down affair. So Minnesota, they lost both games in that global series, but they lost them both in extra time, and they played well in both games. So they're opting to focus on the positive, that they did have 2 good games. That being said, they're off until Friday. On Friday, they're at home against Colorado. That will not be an easy first game at home. So get your rest, get back to North American time and get ready for that, because Colorado right now is playing really, really well. On Sunday, they're in Detroit. The following Tuesday, they're home against St. Louis, and then on the Thursday, they're in Nashville. So there's home away for them. Of the 4 games, Colorado's the one that's playing the best. But again, for Minnesota, they need to get these wins. They have to start making up ground on the teams ahead of them. Of course, American Thanksgiving right around the corner this week, and we know that teams that are above the playoff line at American Thanksgiving usually make the playoffs, which it really is. It's a simple case of, well, yeah, the teams that have started well are usually the good teams, and the teams that don't start well are usually the less good teams, right? So, yeah, we'll see if Minnesota can turn it around. And Kyle Connor. Not a lot of talk about Kyle Connor out there, and I think there should be. He has 14 goals for the, I think, underrated Winnipeg Jets. He is tied for the league lead with Austin Matthews. So for Connor, it has been another really, really strong start to the season. He is one of my favorite players, and he has been fantastic for the Jets for years. And so it's nice to see him on potentially a 50-goal pace. And I'm already seeing articles on, questioning whether or not can Connor hit 50 goals. He can. It really comes down to a matter of consistency. Goal scorers can run very hot and cold, but if you're able to, keep pegging off goals at a good rate, yeah, Connor should absolutely be a 50-goal scorer. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.